welcome to Shaded Reality. I am Marie, and I'm here with Anne, and we are on the final episode. Hello.
We are.
How are you?
Wonderful.
Did your mouth feel better?
It does feel a little bit better. I actually just put wax on. Like, I notice when I'm, like, really smiling, like, real big, like, laughing, these two brackets that have these little pointy things, I don't know what they are. I think it's for when if I have to wear rubber bands. I think that's what they are.
Oh,
they keep catching on my lips and, like, hurting really bad. So I just put a bunch of wax all around. But I actually was able to eat today, and I ate the most that I have so far since I have gotten these on. It was still hard to eat, but it was better than what it has been.
I was pulling some clips to post on TikTok tonight, and you look miserable. You look like you hate me. Everything I say, you're like just sitting there. Like you
in the last episode.
Yeah, not into recording. You look so
I was
miserable.
in pain.
Like, yeah,
I was in a lot of
mouth
pain
is
yesterday.
Just closed, and you were just like it would be me like blah, 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 talking, and then it cuts to you, and you'd be like I hate you.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, oh, whatever.
It's so hard, like, to talk, like, because it's constantly rubbing on my mouth. So, and yesterday, like, it was awful. Like, and I just want to eat. Like, I feel like, you know, like I had that birthday brunch for Harlow and had really good food. We went to that sushi place, and I'm just like, I just want to freaking eat. Like, I want to eat all this food. It's so freaking difficult. But it will get there.
Yeah, it will. All right. So last night after we talked, and I was like, I'll just take notes so that I'm like leading it so you don't have to talk as much.
Yeah.
This effing episode was an hour and a half long. It wasn't the normal. It was like an extended version. And I'm like, and I'm like taking notes. Yeah. I got it all done.
I watched it too, so.
I have like the same number of notes I feel like that I have every time, so I don't know that we're gonna go longer necessarily.
Yeah, no, you don't have, like, you know what I mean? Like, once you start talking also, like, I'll remember because I was watching it today. And, you know, now that you said that, I didn't even realize it was an hour and a half because I was like, I feel like I was watching it as I was, like, folding laundry and putting laundry away. And I was like, seems like way longer. I actually thought it started into season 2. I'm not going to lie.
I think because cast members got divorced, they kind of like picked up cameras because there was one point where it was like 6 months later. So I think that it had its ending, and then like they tacked
and then
on
they're like,
because they're like, we can't miss this stuff like happening all in the off season. So yeah, we start with 3 days before Jax's bar opening. So like we get some countdowns, and the whole season finale is supposed to be like big fights, I think, at Jax and Brittany's bar opening. And Jax can just not deal with like any level of stress. Like all they're doing is putting like the final touches on the bar, and Brittany's doing everything. And the people who like actually are like managing the place and like the co-owners and whatever are like doing all of this stuff, and he's like losing it. Like he's having a mental breakdown, and I'm like, it's not that complicated for you. Like it's just
I know
not that.
It's kind of like you need to show up and be the face of the bar. That's it.
Yeah.
Like, make yourself look pretty and show up.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like cutting to all the people, but they're like those stupid like 2-second clips, so I didn't write all of them down. But I did notice that Janet and Jason, so remember that room they had that was going to be the nursery? They freaking hired a nursery designer. Like, why do people spend their money on this stuff? Like, you can't look at some Pinterest boards and like purchase your own items. Like, is it that complicated to like put a nursery together? Like, I don't know.
No, and especially
everybody,
like a nursery that's that small. You know what I mean? It's not like they're millionaires. Like if I were a millionaire and I had like all the money in the world, then yeah, I would probably hire somebody, you know what I mean, to design my nursery.
Right.
But it's not like they make that much money. Like, yeah, they're doing well for themselves, but
yeah, I guess it's just Jason being a lawyer, because I don't know, does Janet even work anymore?
No, because I'm pretty sure he said she quit her job when she found out she was pregnant.
Yeah. So I guess her job is just the show.
Yeah.
Danny and Neil looked at a house in Valencia, and Danny and her are like talking at a lunch, and he's like, so you're on board with Valencia? And she's like, no, I'm not. And I don't know how far Valencia is, so I'm not a California geography person, so I have absolutely no clue.
She does not want to talk about this
shit. They're going to a pottery class. No.
Like, whenever, like, you can tell she's like, let's put a pin in it. Let's put a pin in it. Like, every time, let's put a pin in it. It's like she does not want to talk about it on air at all. Like, she's over it.
No. Yeah. Jasmine and Zach are going to do pottery class, and they immediately, I thought they'd be too young for this, but they start talking about how they want to have a ghost moment. And I'm like, Ghost was like a movie that raised me. Like, I love that movie as a very young child. Like, it was probably inappropriate.
I know.
That we watched.
Listen, we've discussed this before. I feel like a lot of movies that we watched at a young age, I would never allow my kids to watch.
No.
But yeah, Ghost is like...
Dirty Dancing? That was like, oh, you're 6? Here's Dirty Dancing on a Saturday night.
Yep. I love that movie. That and Grease.
I know, me too.
I mean, Grease.
Yes.
Is Grease okay?
Grease is pretty bad.
Is it?
I let my 8-year-old watch it, and there's stuff that she would have no clue what they're even referring to.
Yeah.
But there's other stuff that it's like, like, I don't know. And of course, she like grabbed onto the scene at the end where, oh my gosh, why is my brain? It's too late. But where she throws the cigarette down on the ground and like stubs it out and then like kicks Danny backwards. She loves that part to like reenact it, and she like will throw her cigarette down.
Yeah.
So funny. I'm like, of course, that's the part that we have to focus on. She's like, and this is when we lived in Mississippi, and she's like, I showed my teacher that part of the dance, and I'm like, oh God, no, you didn't.
That's funny.
I was like, okay. But yeah, that freaking moment in Ghost at the pottery wheel when she comes back as a ghost through that woman, and they're like doing the clay, and I'll remember that forever. I need to watch it again. It's been I don't know, since I was a kid. I haven't watched it. Yeah. Zach says, I don't know, but my name might come up, because he's like, did my name come up? Because he's, trying to get information out of Jasmine. Sorry. You got to go, kiddo. Close the door. Sorry. Jasmine says, like, yeah, they were asking, what does Zach have to do with this? Jasmine was asking Janet, like, what does Zach even have to do with this? Leave Kristen out of it. And, like, what is your problem with Zach? Like, why would you not invite Zach? And Janet says she just doesn't trust him. And Zach thinks that, like, she just doesn't like him. And it was a good excuse. Like, she just was able to, like, lump him in with Kristen. And she was like, perfect. Like, I don't have to deal. I don't like him. I don't know if it's like she doesn't like his personality, or she doesn't like that he's attention grabbing. That's my guess, is why she wouldn't like him.
But this is the thing. She loves the gays. You know what I mean? Like, look at her 2 little minions that are with her all the time.
Yeah.
I just assumed Zach would be in with them. Like, I figured Zach was friends with those other 2 guys. And it doesn't seem like they love Zach. So, you know what I mean? Are they like on the Janet, like pushing Janet maybe to, I don't know. That whole situation kind of seems a little odd.
Yeah, I don't really get it. Girls, you got to close the door
They're full
now.
of it tonight.
Yeah. Hold on one second. Talk to the podcast for a minute.
What? No, you have to delete this out. Oh, man. Marie is laying down the law.
I just locked the door. Okay.
Okay.
So we're down to
didn't you do
one
that from
day
the
before
beginning?
the opening. I didn't. They were already tucked in bed, so I don't know what they're doing, and I don't have time to ask them what they're doing.
Where's father? Where's the father?
He's in the basement watching the Olympics because he thought they were in bed. So,
Oh my god, that's so funny.
Let's see. Oh, we're at one day before the opening of the bar. Brittany's putting together like the succulent wall with Jax's sister and brother-in-law. And Jax is just outside wiping down a sign, an exterior sign, because he's just like avoiding everything else. And Brittany walks out to tell him like there's lights out, like we need to make sure we get the string lights taken care of before tomorrow, blah, blah, blah. Like actual real things that kind of like matter for the decor. And he's like acting like wiping down this stupid exterior sign is like the end all be all of getting this business together. I would be so mad. I would lose it. I would be screaming.
Yeah.
So Brittany had surprised Jax by having his sister come. So we see a flashback to that. And she says, so then it's just Brittany and him sitting in the booth alone. And she's like, don't you feel bad for being mean to me? And he's like, I'm just so stressed out. And I'm like, so that's an excuse to be mean? You just get to like treat her like shit for the last 5 years? I don't know, because you're stressed out. Then we cut to opening day, and Kristen and Luke are kind of packing. They are going to be going to the bar thing, but they're talking about how they're going to be going to Colorado for a little bit and then over to Indiana just to like get out of LA because it's been a summer for them. And Kristen says that Michelle did not have a boyfriend for a year. She had a boyfriend a year ago. So Kristen's in interview. She's explaining all this, and she's like, oops, I got my words mixed up again. I'm like, Kristen.
Oh, God.
Like, I don't know. I don't know what my deal is with her. I love her.
Yeah.
Like, I really do. So I don't know if you saw my social media post, but I did like a pyramid of like my top people, and I did Kristen and Zach at the top. Like, I don't know what it is with me and Kristen, but like I just can't. I just love her. Like,
and she wasn't always my favorite though. Like on Vanderpump, she wasn't one of my favorites.
No, when she was younger, she was kind of annoying.
Yeah, but now
I don't know.
She is kind of like forgivable.
She's genuine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like, she's genuine. Like, I don't think she really is trying to do some of the stuff she does. Like, she's a little stupid and, like, a little, like, she gets things mixed up, honestly. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just believe her for some reason. Mm-hmm. Jesse and Michelle are in Malibu. And I said, I thought they lived in Hollywood. But then I think, like, later when we talk about, like, 6 months later and we get, like, the updates, it sounds like they have a Malibu house and a Hollywood house because they're splitting the Malibu house 50-50. Like, she stays there with Isabella during her days, and he stays there during his days.
I see.
Jesse saying that he thought that Michelle had such strong family values and that she would work to fix any problems in their relationship before she would, like, just go the easy route of divorce. And she's like, I'm not, like, not trying to work on this, but I just feel a certain way about you, and I wish I could feel differently. But, like, this is where I am, and I'm not sure it's going to change. And I hate that mentality because Brittany, Michelle, like, that's who we're dealing with right now. But a million other women in the world, like, no one's making this decision because it's the easy one. Like, they are spending, these women, we are seeing years coming to this decision. Like, they have tried and tried and tried, and you just push them to their final breaking point. Like, this isn't some. I hate when the men act like, oh, they just made this rash decision. They're just crazy women. It's not. That's not true at all. Like, it's just frustrating. Yeah. Jesse's crying. He wants to go back to April of 2020. Apparently, that's when they were at their best. And she's like, I want to too, but, you know, I don't know if I can. Yeah. Like, I don't think that that's possible anymore. Then we get to Jax's bar. So this is like when everything happens in the episode. He's with Brittany and like all of the people that are opening the bar with him. And he's like, let's have a shot. And I'm like, oh, so it's okay for her to drink when you say.
Yeah. I thought the same thing. And I was like, oh.
Yeah. Zach says that he doesn't know why it's called Jax's because everything about the bar is Brittany. Like, she designed it. Like, everything that you see in there, you'd be like, oh, that's Brittany's style.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Tom Schwartz shows up. He looks greasy and gross. Like, I used to think he was attractive. And, yeah, I'm not into it anymore. He brought a present for Zach. Like, he brought Fireball, which I guess was Jax's dad liked. So yeah, I don't know. He always is just so like, oh, look at me, I'm just a little boy, like nothing. I can't do anything wrong, and I hate that. I'm like, you are like a 45-year-old man at this point. Yes. Like, it's not cute anymore.
No, not anymore. Yeah, I feel like, and that's what I feel like Katie just got over. You know what I mean? Like, she just couldn't deal with the, like, she needed a freaking man in her life, and he's just, I don't think he's ever going to change.
No, he got away with it, and he's just going to, keep trying. We'll see. He's going to be on the new Valley. Like, he's a real cast member. I believe he, like, signed, so we'll see how he acts there.
Wait, on the who's he with? Is he
I don't
single?
know that I don't know.
I guess I didn't see the Valley was like, you know, not couples. Single. It was like, couples, families.
I don't know, because him and Lala came on, and Lala is single as far as I know.
They're not together, are they? Because I saw different things.
No.
Like, okay, I didn't think so.
But Lala and Michelle posted a thing that they're a couple. They were soft launching their relationship. So I don't know. I thought it was probably just like a publicity stunt. Yeah.
I'm sure. They were just all on vacation together.
Yeah. Kristen and Luke arrive. Kristen goes in to congratulate Jax and, you know, say like, oh, this is awesome, whatever. And Michelle and Janet get up and they call Jasmine over, and Janet's like, she saw that Jasmine went to Pottery with Zach, and she says, so was Jax in Big Bear? I'm like, you still seriously think he was there? Zach. Like, what? Zach. Sorry. Was Zach in Big Bear? I wrote it down as Jax, and I just read it that way. And Jasmine's like, no, he was trolling. And, you know, Janet's like, they don't vibe, her and Zach. And then Zach shows up at that moment and wants a private conversation with Janet. And she's like, nope, I can talk now. Just talk right now in front of these people. And this part annoyed me so bad. She says she never sent Jax to be her messenger about like telling Kristen and Zach that they weren't invited. She was planning on inviting him on that phone call, referring to the phone call that he reached out to her to find out why he wasn't invited after he found out he wasn't invited by Jax. Right. And so what? She was going to invite him then? Like, what?
Yeah.
And why the hell would he be expected to be nice and beg for an invitation? Like, she's just making shit up as she goes. Like, the story doesn't make sense at all.
No.
And it was just, it was annoying. And they're showing flashbacks and stuff. Like, it's all right there. Like, she's just a big liar. Zach knows it's all bullshit, and she doesn't actually want to talk. And Jason says he can't talk to his wife like that, and Zach just rolls his eyes. Zach is like pissed now because he sees that he's being gaslit. He sees the lies and he knows like how reality TV works. I'm assuming, you know, like, oh, like, are people going to believe this bullshit? You know, that she's just like making up stories now. So he's like super pissed that he was on speakerphone because she had mentioned as they're going back and forth that whatever her friends' names are, Simon and I don't know, they heard the whole thing too. And he's like, I was on speakerphone and you didn't tell me? Like, I would be pissed too. Like, that's some like 13-year-old girl shit where you're like on a 3-way call and you're like, be quiet. Let's see if she talks about you. Like, that is so inappropriate. Let's see. And yeah, I already said that. And then he calls her one friend Croc shit boots or something like that.
Yeah. That
Croc of shit boots. Yeah,
Croc of shit boots.
I was like, that's a good one.
Oh my god.
And Michelle and Brittany are like trying to calm him down because he's yelling across booths at this point. Like, he is like triggered and being very loud. And I think Zach's just loud anyway.
Yeah.
And he's like, what does she think? Who does she think she is? The Queen of England? He's like, no, she is the Queen of England because she's dead to me. Like, he has all these one-liners. And Brittany's like, I don't want to deal with this shit. And she was hoping for more respect for her night. And I was like, are you kidding me? Like, this is exactly you and Jax throwing the season finale party, essentially. Like, you know,
and
shit's
everyone
gonna go down.
Being in the same room. Yeah. Shit's gonna
like,
go down.
This isn't, nobody thought this was gonna be a calm night. That would be a terrible season ending. Janet and Jason are talking to Jasmine, and she says that Zach told her to get the fuck out of there. So that proves that she was justified in not inviting him. Again, like, doing the, like, hindsight thing. Like, oh, now that he did this, like, 2 weeks later, I'm justified in my decision, you know, weeks ago. Shut up. That's not how life works.
Yeah.
And then she says that Jasmine doesn't have her back, and then Jasmine, like, breaks down. And she's like, I am good friends with both of you, and I've had both of your backs, and I'm just trying to, like, ride the line of, like, being really good friends to both of you. And I can hear both sides. And she's actually, like, crying. I feel bad for her because she, like, Janet's an asshole, you know?
Janet is
like,
an asshole. Like, she's pretty much telling her, like, if you're not on my side, then, like, we can't be hanging out friends kind of thing. Like, that's the way that she's making it seem. And that's not fair.
That's exactly what she's doing. Like, no, not at all. And Janet wants to leave, but Jason says they're going to stay and support their friends. And what he means by that is, we have a shooting schedule, so we're not leaving.
Yeah.
And it's the season finale. So I'm sure, like, if we want to get paid for this, like, big finale, we're going to be here.
Yeah.
Jasmine has had enough. She's now talking to Kristen, and she says they can take their vanilla corn dog shit somewhere else. Jasmine goes right to Jax and says, you need to talk to Janet because she says that you were not told to be a messenger and, like, let Kristen and Zach know they weren't invited. I want to know, how were Kristen and Zach going to find out they weren't invited if Jax hadn't told them? Because as far as I know, that's the only way they found out that they weren't invited.
Right. And you remember when Janet was on the phone with Brittany and Jax is the one who said, well, now I'm going to have to say something. And Janet was like, was telling them, like, I don't know if she came straight out and said, will you tell them? But she was, like, encouraging it and not saying, no, don't say anything. I need to say something. So she knew she just Jax was going.
She was probably just going to do a group text message and be like, we're going to Big Bear for a baby moon, and just not include Zach and Kristen.
Yeah.
She was just going to avoid it probably really mature. Jax approaches Janet kind of aggressively, and she's like, whoa, I'm pregnant. And Jax says, I was a messenger for you, and that's it. And then she just gets up and walks away. Zach says that she loves to start gossip and rumors behind the scenes, But now that everyone is seeing it, so essentially she's being filmed and producers are seeing everything. So then they're, of course, questioning people like, when this happened, what was this? Tell me this behind the scenes story. Who told you this information? Now everyone can see it and she can't deny it and she can't blame it on other people because like it's all recorded or a producer has already seen it or heard it or whatever. So she's like, yeah, she's done. So Kristen ends her conversation with Michelle and says she respects that she doesn't want to talk because they kind of tried to have a little conversation. And Kristen is being very respectful. Like, she's not trying to make an argument. Like, I think she legit wants to try to get back friends with Michelle, and she feels bad. And so, like, she's, like, being very good about understanding Michelle's boundary there.
Yeah.
So Jax gives, like, an end-of-the-night speech to thank everybody for their support or whatever. And he says something like, I told them I could only sign on to this if my wife is also involved. And in the background, Zach yells, that's how all of this got done. And I don't think Jax like clocked it, but it was hilarious.
Yeah.
He essentially was saying, you wouldn't even have this bar if you wouldn't have allowed Brittany to be a part of it. Like, you act. That's the thing with Jax. Like, sometimes he's not stupid. Like, he didn't want to do any of the work. And he was like, oh, baby, I'm including you because I've seen all other relationships fall apart because the men left their wives out of it, wouldn't let them be a part of it. So I'm going to include you on everything. But in reality, he knew that he's terrible at following through and doing things. But Brittany probably schedules their life, gets things done, sends the emails, like does all the women stuff like we all do. And he was like, yeah, you need to be a part of this. This is our family thing, you know? Like, he's not dumb sometimes.
No. And did you hear, I think it was like Nia, the entire time kept saying, Brittany's bar, Brittany's bar.
Did she? I didn't even clock that.
Yeah. She said it like 3 times.
Because I don't think I even wrote anything down about Danny and Nia in the bar. They like just didn't stand out to me, but that's funny. So they kiss, they cheers, and then it like breaks away and there's headlines. Jax and Brittany spending time apart. And then we get like the black screen. It says 6 months later, and they put up a clip from TMZ. And Brittany saying that, you know, her moving out and taking space is what's best for right now. Jax is in his interview room. He is literally trying to cry, but like, he's not actually showing his face. He's like doing the, this is so hard for me, you know, kind of thing. Yeah. Where like people who fully cover their face like that, like there's not actual tears happening. So they're trying to like, you know, make it look worse than it is.
Yeah.
He said he never thought he would be in this position. And then he gets up and walks off set. And then we get a date of March 2nd, 2024. And Jesse's at the Malibu house, and we see Michelle drive up with Isabella, and she like gets out of the car with her. And Jesse said 3 days after the cameras wrapped for season 1, Michelle told him their relationship was over. And he said he felt like he was an idiot and was blindsided, and he was stupid. And I think Michelle, I don't know, was regularly telling him what she was going through. Like, she literally said, you need to change your personality. I don't like you the way I used to. You disgust me. Like, she was pretty clear.
Right. And I mean, I feel like he was kind of stupid in that situation because if I would have been him and my wife was telling me this, I mean, what did he expect? Yeah, I think she was together until the show was over. I mean, that was kind of...
Yeah.
I mean, I thought it was pretty clear.
Coming.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they kind of set Isabella up in the kitchen, and they're talking about like their schedule, and I guess they're doing 2 days on, 2 days off. And she says that they need to come up with a list for clients and work, and she wants like everything in writing. And he's getting annoyed with her, and he's like, starts going into these details. She's like, it doesn't need to be complicated. We just need to get a list, and it needs to be in writing, because if not, you will make it complicated. Like, we don't do business together anymore, period. Like, that's it, you know? And you can tell, like, she is done with everything with him. And then, like, I guess they just went to a mediator, and then the mediator was getting the divorce papers together, which I think a mediator makes it so, like, it's a cheaper divorce than, like, hiring lawyers, fighting for everything. Because if you just go to mediation, you two essentially decide on
the plan,
your custody agreement, the plan, the schedules, whatever. And then that person is not like a certified lawyer. So they just write it all up, and it's much cheaper to do it that way.
Yeah.
And of course, he can't just sign the damn paper. He's like, the paperwork we get from the mediator, I'm not even thinking of signing it until I retain an attorney. So the man is saying he won't sign it until an attorney looks at it, but he hasn't even fucking retained an attorney yet. Like, why do people do this? Why do people think it is best to drag out these things? Like, they'll say over and over again, I just want what's best for the kids. I just want if you wanted what was best for the kids, you two would make sure you live near each other, that you guys are capable of attending all of their activities together without it being any kind of aggression or problems. You would learn to communicate the things you have to about your kid, and you would get it done as fast as possible. Yeah. You are not trying the best for your kid if you're going to hold this divorce in limbo just to make your ex-wife miserable. That's not how it works.
That's exactly what it is. He's just being an asshole, and he wants to make her angry, so he's like gonna be a dick about it.
Yeah. And we find out he's staying in like the Hollywood apartment. She had to go get her own apartment, and then they're splitting 50-50 the money for their company and for the Malibu house. Isabella kind of walks in when they're talking, and it just, that stuff, like, it's so sad because it just makes it so real. Because, you know, like, we've all been there as parents when you're trying to have, like, you're annoyed with your spouse or whatever, but, like, when your kids walk in, like, you're kind of done. You know, like, you got to be like, oh, like, this is all great. What do you need? Yep. You know, kind of thing. Michelle said making the decision to get a divorce was so hard because one day she's going to have to tell her daughter that she made that choice. And I'm like, I mean, I guess, but I don't know that you need to even have that conversation. She's going to know her parents are divorced. And
yeah. Do you remember
Yeah, he said he's going to make sure he tells her that.
Yeah, that her mom is the one who tore this family apart. That's gross. Like, that makes me so angry.
Gross.
Why? What is the point of that? Like, I don't understand that.
I know.
Like, if that does nothing, like, my husband and I ever got a divorce, like, I would hope that we could be civil enough. Like, I would not, as angry as I may be with him, I want my kid's dad to be involved in their life. You know what I mean? Like, say he did something to me that made us get a divorce. I would be angry at him, but I wouldn't want my children to be angry at him. That's their dad. Like,
no,
I don't know.
That's a completely different relationship. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, not at all. I don't understand how people can't set that stuff aside. It just blows my mind. I don't know. Jason and Janet had their baby. Nia and Michelle are visiting, but the baby's like in his crib or something napping. They named their baby Cameron, and she said labor sucked, and they have a really nice ice maker on the counter, and I have one, and I cannot recommend it enough. Like, get yourself a Nugget ice maker. I love that thing.
I need one. I still didn't get one.
You do need to get one really bad. Yeah, for sure. Because it's like, it's a game changer. The only thing is I need to find a different location. So, you know, when you walk out of our kitchen and there's like the space to the left that like there's nothing really there.
Yeah.
That's like going to be a pantry now. That's what Dad and my husband worked on today. They framed that whole thing out. So that's going to have like a counter space in it.
Where that table was?
No, the other side.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah,
where there's like not. Yeah.
Where you had like the little soda bar and everything set up. Okay.
Yeah. So there's going to be like a butler pantry there that like has a counter and like we can plug our appliances in, but like it's behind a door.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
Oh,
And so like
yes.
I'm going to have the nugget ice maker, the, soda maker, the coffee,
Oh, that
whatever.
would be
Will
cool,
all be
yeah.
inside of that. But yeah, the only thing with the nugget ice makers, because they're like countertop and stuff, my kids, I cannot always get them to use like the scoop. They'll scoop, but then like they try to put their hand in it. And I'm like, now I got to clean out the whole basket because you put your grubby little paw in there. Like, no one wants your hands touching their ice.
No.
So then
Harlow does that with our
like,
ice, like that's in the freezer. Like we'll go and get bags of ice and put it in the freezer, which I freaking hate. Like, because Skylar still didn't hook up our ice maker. I've never. Okay, listen. Skylar and I have been together. It's going to be 22 years. I think it's 22. The 13th. I mean, not our like marriage date, but our official, like got together date, whatever. Never have I had an ice maker.
Are you serious? Well, maybe you need to YouTube that shit because he obviously doesn't know how to hook one up. So it's never going to happen.
He does. I know. It makes me so angry. No, I should just make him buy me one of those
realize
nugget
it's just
makers.
literally like threading. Like, it's not like complicated.
Yeah, but there has to be like a water hookup, right? Like, how does that
I don't
work?
know what is our. I know, yeah, you guys remodeled the whole place. Usually when we have moved in, like that already exists. A place where a fridge should go. So you're just hooking it up, kind of thing. But yeah. Yeah, just get one of those little nugget ice makers. You don't even have to worry about it because you just dump the water.
I mean, that's
in
what
there
I
that
really
you
want anyway. That's what I want.
Yeah. So Jason is over visiting Jax at his bar, and he's talking about the size of his baby and how, like, it's off the charts percentile-wise, blah, blah, blah. And Jax says, yeah, I don't understand those percentages. Brittany follows all that stuff. He's such an idiot. Like,
yeah.
What don't you understand about
oh my God.
your baby's height and weight? Like, what's the He doesn't want to. Like, he has no interest. It doesn't affect him. He doesn't care. Yeah. It's terrible. So then they get on the topic of, like,
He probably doesn't even go
separation.
with to the doctor's appointment.
Oh, no. No, not at all. I'm sure he doesn't. But she probably comes home and is like, oh, yeah, he's in at the 66th percentile. And he's like, I don't understand what that means.
Over his head. Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah. So they talk about the separation, and he is acting like such a victim. He says there's nothing there. There was no problem, no abuse, nothing like that. So he doesn't understand. And I'm like, why'd you say those words? Where'd that come from? Because no one asked you if there was abuse. Yeah. Like, where'd that come from? Brittany then shows up to Janet, and they all do a shot. And I'm like, where do these people live that they can just go over to a friend's house to visit the new baby and day drink? Like, don't they need to drive home? Like, I don't understand how they always just, like, everywhere they go, they're like, I want a glass of wine. I want to take a shot. I need my,
Right. Is it like
a cocktail?
Like a TV show thing? You know what I mean? But I feel like if I was in that moment, I wouldn't have been taking that shot. If I take a shot, I would have, like, instant, like, indigestion or just feel like, ugh. Like, not good.
I'd be drunk real fast. I'd be like, and then I'd be tired. Not long after that,
Yeah. Oh.
It's like, I get like, my head gets like real like, ooh, I'm drunk. And then I'm like, I am so tired. And that's like my cycle. Yeah. Like, it's not very fun. So Brittany says they've been separated for 6 weeks, and she was blown away that he made her and his son have to go to an apartment because he refused to leave. And Michelle and her were both like, yeah, we were the ones who had to go get separate apartments. Like, both of them had to be the ones to leave. It's so crazy.
Gross. Yeah.
So Brittany said he was coming home drunk and then, like, feeling like shit with hangovers every morning. And he would get really mean, scream at her in front of Cruz, like, for hours, she said. hours of him just like screaming and stuff. She said it just clicked one day. Like she finally started noticing everything that he was doing to her. And he says he's going to go to therapy and is hoping for an antidepressant. And I'm like, what's an antidepressant going to do for you? You don't seem depressed. Like, what are you talking about? You seem like you have rage issues.
Yeah.
And maybe like narcissistic tendencies, but I'm not sure about depression.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Anger issues.
Yeah. And like dependency and addiction too. Michelle says that they're filing for divorce this week, and she actually looks back and wonders why she took so long. We cut to Brittany back at her house with Cruz, and Zach and Kristen show up, and Jax is at some class or something, so she's there to pick up like more stuff of theirs to bring back to her Airbnb. And Kristen says she doesn't think that Jax is taking any of this seriously, and that he thinks Brittany will probably just come crawling back. So like he's just like waiting it out. Like, oh, she's not leaving.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're just in the backyard talking, and then Zuli shows up and grabs Cruz, so they go inside and continue their talk. Brittany's saying that like once VPR ended, like she became the breadwinner, because Jax was just like, oh no, like that's been my job, like what do I do? And she's the one who like did the social media, like did the promotions, and like she just took charge of everything. Let's see, Zach has a new boyfriend named Benji, so we see like a quick clip of him. Kristen had some procedure done in Miami called air sculpting. And it sounds like a kind of form of liposuction. I don't know what the difference is, but it's not lipo, because like they said she could try to have a baby right away. And Zach was like in the room when she got it done, and he said some fat flew out and landed on his arm. And I'm like, well, yeah. He's like, yeah, we've never been closer. Like I've had her inside fat on my arm. I'm like, oh, that's so gross.
Why would
so
you
I don't know what
do
air
that
sculpting
if
is.
you're planning on getting pregnant? What's the point?
I don't know.
Ew.
I mean, I know with lipo, once you get rid of those cells, like they're gone. Like they don't the fat cell, you just like, if you gain weight, you'll gain weight somewhere else. So say you get lipo on your stomach, you might end up then getting really fat arms if you gain weight. You know what I mean? Like the fat just goes somewhere else because they got rid of the fat cells in that area. But this isn't lipo. This is air sculpt. So I don't know what the difference is. I don't know if they're just like moving the fat around with air in there or like blowing it out. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know
how does that get
air
on
sculpt.
him? That's weird.
Yeah, to me it sounds like they're like blowing it around and it like out. I don't know, but she has drains in. And we find out that she had gotten pregnant in October, so like soon after they started trying to have a baby, but she lost it at 9 weeks. And it was more of like her pregnancy test was saying positive, but an embryo never actually formed. It was only like the sacs. So it was just like tough to, be like, oh my gosh, it worked. And then it not happen. Yeah. And it does. It sucks. Like I've been there, done that. I had a early miscarriage before my first, and it's like, it sucks. Yeah. Brittany's packing up, stuff to take him. Jax comes home. And he's like, are you coming down here? And she's like, no, come up here. And I was like, yes, you tell him. Because normally she would just like do whatever he says. Mm-hmm. And so he goes up to talk to her and he's like, so what's the plan? And she comes right out of the gate and she's like, you're not getting away with it. How you treated me for all these years, you're not getting away with it. And he says he has an appointment with a therapist. And she's like, when did you make the appointment? And he tells her and she's like, oh, you did it the day before cameras came back up? Isn't that convenient? Like, she is just like, boom, boom, boom. Like, I'm not dealing with it. I'm not stupid. I might have always acted stupid. I didn't want it to be like this, but like, no, I'm done. So then they cut to like his interview, and the producer's like, so did you go to therapy? And he's like, no, I canceled. It was too far away. So he didn't even try.
He didn't even try. Yep.
No. She says that she had to leave the house. And he's like, you didn't have to. And we could have worked something out. Like, we could have just, lived here around each other or whatever. And he just keeps saying that he never said things to her that she's claiming. And she says, are you kidding me? As soon as these cameras go down, you were going to start rage texting me. Like, I'm not stupid. Like, you are doing all of this because the cameras are here right now. And that's it. And she calls him out about saying that she had moved back in, and he denies it. So I guess in an interview, like TMZ was saying, like, what's going on? Why are you and Brittany separated or whatever? And he's like, oh, no, like, she's living there right now. And he's like, I never said that. And she pulls the clip right up and plays it for him and like for us, and it proves him wrong and right away. And then he was on a TV show called House of Villains, and she's like, you, to get sympathy, told all your castmates that I had a stroke, and you knew that the stroke stuff was rolled out, that was not the problem. Because I don't know, she must have had a medical emergency sometime around having Cruz, and he just lied and said that he got a call from the hospital that his wife had a stroke. She's like, it just, like, you just make stuff up.
Never, and it just never ends with him.
And then he's like, I mean, he's been doing like this shit. Oh, yeah, forever.
Forever.
We saw the same stuff with, like, Stassi. Mm-hmm. Like, he would lie to her and stuff.
Yeah.
So he's saying that he's just like his dad and, his brothers or whatever. Like, he just buries his emotions and doesn't know how to deal with things. The men in his family aren't emotional. And I loved this because Brittany goes, what are you talking about? I bury my emotions. You let all your emotions out very aggressively. And I'm like, yes, yes, yes. Like, nothing annoys me more than men. And when they say, I'm not emotional, and I'm like, every little thing makes you angry. What do you mean you're not emotional? Anger is an emotion. Like, what you mean is you're not teary. You don't cry. But crying isn't an emotion anyway. Anger is actually an emotion, you idiot. Yeah. So it's like, oh, that drives me nuts. She talks about how she thinks that she stayed with him this long because she had Cruz, and then they do like these flashbacks to like their whole relationship, which I don't know, they could have done without. Like, we don't need to reminisce and be like, oh, this was like a love story, because it never was.
Yeah,
he's been an asshole from day one, So that's it. That is the end of season 1.
Craziness.
I'm excited to get into the next season. I always like going into the next ones and seeing how it changes. We don't have any like new people, right? I think they stick with the exact same cast or whatever.
It's the same cast. Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, thanks for listening. We're very excited. We're going to be getting into the season 2. And then in the middle of March, Secret Lives of Mormon Wives comes back. And then soon after that, Taylor is going to be on The Bachelor. We're not recapping that, but I'm sure we'll like bring it up if we have happened to watch it or whatever. Because I don't know how much of it I can watch. Like, sometimes they drag that stuff out and like...
Yeah.
They like drag out like her just meeting the guys walking out of the cars for like an entire night. And like, that's just ridiculous. Like, no one cares. So, yeah, we're definitely not recapping it, but we'll definitely talk about it. We're working on scheduling another collab. We just met with them, one of them tonight.
Yes.
So,
super excited about that.
Yeah, me too. He was very nice. So we'll let you know more about that when we actually have dates and times and all of that stuff. So Please follow us on all of the things. We're at Shaded Reality on Spotify and Apple and iHeart and Amazon Music and anywhere you get your podcasts. We are at Shaded Reality Pod on YouTube and TikTok and Instagram, and shadedrealitypod@gmail.com if you want to get a hold of us for any reason. And yeah, happy Thursday.
Happy
That's
Thursday.
all I got. You got anything else over there, Anne?
Nope. I got nothing.
All right. All right. Have a great Thursday. Talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.